Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I want to take this opportunity to kind of make a beginner guide to the SureTrader Pro platform. I myself am just starting out on it. I had a lot of questions going in. There were some videos online I found, but some of them were pretty old. Um, they didn't have a whole lot. I had to search around, so I'm going to try to make my own to help people out to give them a better idea what this platform is about. But to get the platform, you have to go to the SureTrader website. So, SureTrader.com. And I'll try to make this video as quick as possible. Don't want to take too much time. There's two basically options. There's the active web and then there's the desktop. The active web is slower. I wouldn't recommend it for day trading. It's not going to be able to keep up. So you want to get the SureTrader desktop. And then you'll come down to this one, download SureTrader Pro. And you just click the link here. Basically, whatever's the most recent version. And then you uh, get on the live chat with them, which is the little question thing that'll pop up right here to start conversation, and you can just tell them you want to activate it. So you basically go through all the setup of the SureTrader, you download that platform, then you activate it, and then you could use the SureTrader Pro. Now this is the SureTrader Pro platform. Now when you first activate it, it'll be whatever, it'll be depending on the software, it might not look exactly like this. It might look a little different. It might have different charts and stuff like that, but basically this will be the default. So for starting out, I'll just try to keep it simple. Let's just get rid of all these extra stuff, and we'll just start with a clean slate. And bring out the title bar. There we go. So you do need these three windows. This is your account, positions, and orders. So your account is what you have up top. Basically, your equity is how much cash you have in the account, and then your buying power is the 6-to-1 leverage during the day, and 2-to-1 overnight. So 6-to-1. So if you have $1,000 equity, which means money that you put in, you would have $6,000 of buying power. So you have $6,000 to buy stocks, and then overnight you would have $2,000 to hold overnight. You cannot go beyond $2,000. You have your positions window. So when you're in a position, basically when you bought a stock, it's going to show up here, and it's going to show the percent going up and down. And then the orders window is like your pending orders when you set up a stop loss or a limit or something like that, and it hasn't got to the right price yet to execute. It'll be held in this window, and once it executes, then it'll be moved to the positions window. So as far as tools are concerned, you got several options. I'm not going to go through every single one because there's kind of a lot. I'm just going to go through the main ones that I use and that I think that you all will get the most use out of. So we'll start with the market viewer. So this is how we're going to find stocks. And you have all your different viewers you can customize, but we'll just do the market viewer. And what I like to do is when you're ever in a window, you want to right click and then left click auto fit. It'll kind of make the lettering and stuff tighter. And then if I could just adjust there we go. And I want to just take as little space as possible, because once you start popping up a lot of windows on the screen, it takes up a lot of space. So the market viewer is where you find stocks, right? So you'll have, and then you click on one, it'll give you a montage, but we'll get to that in a second. But you have your market viewer, right? And if you right click it, you got a few list options. I typically go to the view top list, and I choose one of these 6 in here. Typically I go to NASDAQ gainers. So these are all the stocks that are on the NASDAQ, which is a type of index for the market. And these are the top ones right now that are gaining the most in percent. So this is where you would find stocks, right? So if you want to trade CLSN, if you want to trade PI, if you want to trade GDS, whatever, this is how you would go about finding stocks. Now let's say we didn't have this montage, and the montage is basically where you which you find right here under trade. This is where you would input your buy and sell orders. So if I wanted to buy NCTY, I have it set at 100 shares, and it's a stop order. I could change limit, market, and stop. Market order means it just executes at whatever price it's at. Limit, you set the limit of how much you're going to pay. And a stop, you can do like a stop loss. So if it goes down, once it hits that stop, it'll sell the order. And then you can put in your price right here in the price window. Now, depending on what type of, you can right click this, sorry. In between the short button right here, you just right click it. There's different styles of the window. I use the stop order. Different types of traders will use different types of order windows, but I use the stop order. So it changes it a little bit, and again, you could resize this as much as you want. But again, pretty much you just put in your shares of how much, the type of order, stop, limit, or market. And if you go to stop on here, you could do a stop type, and you could do a stop market, stop limit, stop trailing, stop range. So basically, once it hits that stop price, which you designate, which we'll say just like for instance $5. Once it hits that $5, and then you, or I should say your limit price or trigger price will say 450. Then as it hits 450, it'll execute between 450 and $5. The trigger price is the first price it hits, basically. So as it's going up, let's say it's at 430, and you put this at 450 and then $5, it'll stay up in the order menu right here because it won't execute. Once the price hits 450, then it'll go into the positions window and you'll be in the trade, and then you have to watch it from there. And you also have level 1 data, which gives you the bid and the ask information right here. The bid is in the red at 116 and the ask is 118. So basically, when you're bidding, you're buying, and when you're asking, you're selling. So whatever the ask is, that's what other people are holding the position currently at and they're selling it for. And whatever the bid is, that's what the stock is currently at and people are buying it. So if you were to upgrade to the Pro Level 2 platform, you would have Level 2 information in here, which would basically show you all the pending orders in the buy section and then in the selling section. But I only have Level 1, so I don't have that information. Now let's say you want to get a view of what you're looking at. So you go down to the quotes, and then you go to charts, and just make it a little smaller. So you have a chart window. Now what you want to do is this little anchor button. What it does is it anchors whatever's in here to whatever other window you have. So I like to anchor it. You just click and hold it and then drag it over to chart and let go. That way whatever stock you hit, the chart automatically populates. So now you have your order, you have your market viewer to find stocks, you have your order window to buy and sell, and then you have your chart window to look at. Now a lot of these buttons up top you can utilize. The plus and the minus is just a zoom in, zoom out. So if you want to get a tighter view on the stock. And then you have the numbers here, 1 to 1, 2, 5, 15, 30, whatever. So a 1 is a 1 minute chart, which means each of these candles represents 1 minute. This is 1 minute in time. This is another minute. This is another minute. Even this little dash, which means no movement, is 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So if you hit 2 minute, each of these candles is 2 minutes. This is 2 minutes. This is 2 minutes. This is 2 minutes. And it's the entire price action that's happening in that candle. This is a 5 minute. This is a 5 minute candle. This is a 5 minute candle, so on and so forth. And basically, just use this red candle as an example. A green candle means it's bullish, which means the stock is trending upward, and a red candle means it's bearish, which means the stock is trending downward. So when you look at a green candle, like we'll use this one right here, the bottom of this solid candle is where the price opened at in this 5 minute window, and the top of the candle is where this stock closed at in this 5 minute window. And these long these are called wicks. Basically, the candle wick, when the one on the top, as high as it goes, is the highest point that the price reached in that 5 minute window, and the bottom one, all the way to the end, is the lowest price that it reached in the 5 minute window. Now, the red candle is the same, except the open, where the price opened at in the 5 minute window, is at the top, and where the price closed at the 5 minute window is at the bottom. And the wicks are still the same. The top wick is that has the highest of the day, or the highest in that 5 minute range, and the bottom wick is the lowest in that 5 minute range. So then there's various other videos you all can watch on like candlesticks and stuff like that if you want to learn. But if you're going to day trade, you definitely need to know how to read some candlesticks because you'll probably be using them a lot. But and then if you want to do a 15-minute window, these are all 15-minute candles. These are 30-minute candles. These are 60-minute candles. These are candles in a day. You see 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. These are all the days, the 15th, the 14th, the 13th, the 12th. And you have week-long candles, and you'll see the numbers jump, 15, 5, 30, 22. These are all a week's worth of candles. So it just gives you different ranges and ideas. And another one that I use is if you go to the quotes, the time and sales, and I usually just put it right next to my montage window. And again, you want to click this anchor and drag it over to it. And basically, whatever stock you choose, it shows you the price, the quantity it was bought at, the time, and then the exchange. The exchange, for me at least, isn't that important. It is important to more advanced traders because it'll let them know how quickly their order is being executed. But I typically will shrink this down and just focus on the price and the quantity. And usually if you see a lot of green, that means a lot of buying. Let's see if I can find one that has a lot of green right now. So, I mean, this one has a little bit of green and white. So white is just the margin between the green and the red. But you see there's a lot more green on here. So that means a lot of people are buying it right now. And then this one has more red, so a lot of people are selling it. And now some green's coming in, they're buying. Some red, they're selling. Some green, they're buying. Some red, they're selling. And just all day, right? Up and down, up and down. And then the chart will correlate over here. So if I do like a 1 minute, you see it moving. Maybe we could find a more volatile stock. Yeah, so see it's moving over here. And it's correlating with the time and sales window over here. And then the level one's changing with it as well. So pretty much for me, this is kind of what I use. I will basically scan using the market viewer, the scanner, to find stocks, and I'll usually search by volume, whichever stocks have the most volume, because that'll be the stocks that move the fastest. And then I'll look at it on a chart, and I'll see how it's trending. And SureTrader does hotkeys, which means you can just press a button and certain things will happen. So if you click on a chart window, if you hit the down arrow, it'll zoom out. If you hit the up arrow, it'll zoom in. If you hit the left arrow, it'll scroll left. If you hit the right arrow, it'll scroll right. So if I want a large view and I want to scroll around, I could do that easily just with the buttons. Or I could use the plus and negative and then try to move the chart around. But using the arrow keys is better. And if you want to customize your own hotkeys, you go up to the setup and then you go to the hotkey. And again, there's videos on this as well. But you'll have all your options in here that usually are pre-done. But let's say you wanted to add one. You would just do add new item. And there's there's a new script, a pre-built script, and an order script. So these scripts will do functions of like charts, like zooming in, out, drawing trend lines, stuff like that. And then the order script will be when you want to place a order for something. But you could say we'll name it buy 500 shares, and the hotkey will just make it we'll say F5. That one's being used. What's one that's not being used? Say L or Shift L. There you go. So Shift L will be 500 shares. So now I got to make it work. So I got to go to side. Am I on the buy side or the sell side? So I want to buy 500. So I'm on the buy side. And I want to do share size. So I'll write in 500. The symbol, we'll leave that blank because it's whatever symbol we'll be on. The price, you could choose. You can buy on the bid or the ask, meaning you can buy on the buyer or the seller. But we'll just leave that blank right now because we'll just buy it at whatever price it is. Your route, if you want to limit, market, or stop. Market, again, just executes at the exact price. Limit, you choose what price, and stop if your stock's if you want it to trigger at a certain price and then execute to a limit order at a certain price. Time and focus, I usually leave it at day or day plus, and then there's other options. And then if you do choose stop, you have your stop type here. And then mode, do you want to load it and send it, or just load it? Load it means you load it on the montage window here, and load it and send it means once you hit Shift L, it'll send it automatically. So you do, we'll just say load, and then you just want to build script, and then it builds a script right here. Share equals 500 by load. So if I want that to become if I want that to be activated, I'll hit commit, and then going forward, Shift L will load 500 shares of whatever stock price it's at on my montage window. But for right now, I don't want that, so I'm gonna hit cancel. But again, there's other videos on hotkeys, and I'll try to make individual, more in-depth videos on some of these things, but I'm just trying to give you guys an overall view. Now, that's pretty much what I do. And then, let's say the more into this you get, you want to watch more charts. So you want to go down to this default down in the lower left, and you want to right-click it, and you want to add new tab, and you could just name it, tab 2 or something. Hit OK, and now you're on a different page. And if you hold down the Shift button and press Tab on your keyboard, you can switch back and forth. And on this one we could just have a chart. We could have a montage. We could have a trade window, which other stuff. And then we could just for fun, we could add a new tab. Let's call it tab 3. And on this one, we just want time and sales windows, we'll say, and a market viewer. And then I just hit Shift Tab, and I can switch between them. So you could set up a lot of charts and stuff like that. So to give you an example, I'll just open up my desktop that I use, which is just my setup. And since I have multiple pages, it has to load all the windows like this. So it takes a minute. So this is my main page where I have my scanner. I have charts. I have them set at different times. I have a 1 minute, a 5 minute, and a 1 day chart on my main page. I have my time and sales, I have my montage, and I have my trades window. Then I hit Shift Tab, and then I just have a montage, time and sales, and chart, and just 4 of them. And I hit Shift Tab again. I have another 4. So these are kind of like these 2 pages are like watch lists where I just have stocks sitting there on 5-minute charts, and then my main page is where I do my trading. So that's kind of how you would go about using the SureTrader platform. And it's completely customizable. Everybody has their own setup, but they typically use some form of these windows, like a scanner to find stocks, a montage window to buy and sell stocks, a price and sales to see what they're being bought and sold at. So if you see a lot of green and you're going long, you're going to hold the stock because the stock keeps going up. But if you see a lot of red, you're probably going to want to sell and get out because that means your stock's going down. And then you have your charts to look at patterns and judge how well the stock's doing. And again, you just hit Shift Tab. You can have more charts and stuff, and you can do it that way. So that's kind of just a beginner level kind of walkthrough of this. Again, I'll try to make some more to help everyone out, but for right now, people interested in here's a easy way to kind of set it up. You don't have to do it like me. Again, you can do whatever you want, but you find all your stuff in the menu up here. Like I said, usually montage, time and sales, market viewer, and a chart. All these other setups, you can play with yourself, but that's all I typically focus on. So anyway, I hope this was helpful for you all. If you want to see more things like this, leave me some comments, let me know. Like and subscribe to my channel. Share this information if you think it could be helpful. You can follow me on Twitter for updates and market data. And talk to you all in the next video.